Hello everyone. Today we are taking a session very special on the corporate tax that year because generally people are under the impression that if someone is doing a business in UAE, they are not liable to pay any amount of tax here. But it is not the truth because it might be happen that you may be liable to pay the 0%, but it might be go to 9% as well that year. So this podcast is very important for people, those who are either planning to start a business in UAE, they are in UAE only, and there are so many people that they're outside the UAE, but trying to move to UAE and they're planning to start the businesses here. Today, we have a very important podcast that here people are under the impression that if they're doing a business in UAE, they're not liable to pay any amount of tax that year. But it is not the truth that here some businesses might be liable to pay tax at the rate 0%, but so many businesses they are liable to pay the tax at the rate 9%. So we have a very special guest that here, Mr. Chirag that here, and he's going to tell you each and every point that here how we can do the tax planning, how the small businesses can start their businesses here without paying any amount of tax here. So can you please share your experience, Mr. Chirag, that here about your the professional journey, how you started your journey in Dubai?
Thank you, Zubair, for conducting this podcast. Professional journey, it's a long journey. I would start with when I became chartered accountant at the age of 22,
Great.
and that was the most happiest moment for me, being an average student during the childhood days in my school journey, and then accelerating my strengths and completed the course, which is one of the toughest course in India.
Correct.
That was the happiest moment. And then I thought, okay, when I became chartered accountant, now people would approach me. There would be line in front of my house to give me the job.
Correct.
But it never happened.
Correct.
At the age of 22, you have dreams.
Correct.
You have your vision in your life that you would achieve the heights
Correct.
in your career. So I started hunting the job. At that time, I thought, let's explore the market
Correct.
and learn the technicalities of audit and assurance department. So I started hunting the job, and I gave roughly 15 to 18 interviews in all the top-notch companies,
Okay.
including Capgemini, Infosys,
Okay.
PepsiCo.
After completion of your CA.
After completion of my
Okay. For the
CA.
first job.
Yes, for my first job.
Okay.
So I applied everywhere and I got few calls, including the big four companies.
Great.
Then I gave the interviews. Unfortunately, I never received calls from most of the companies where I gave an interview. And then after rejections, I finally got a job at BDO, Mumbai.
Okay.
And that was a turning point in my career because getting a job in BDO is not that easy, it's not a
Exactly.
cakewalk. And I got a job, I was very happy. And then I started my professional journey from BDO. And from there, I learned a lot of technical aspects, how to manage clients, how to meet people,
Correct.
how to talk,
Correct.
technical language that is also very important in our profession.
Exactly.
So I started my career. Then I was there for more than 2 years, and I was fortunate to get my leaders there who taught me many things about the business model, how to
How it
manage
works.
clients.
Correct.
So because once you have your right manager,
Correct.
who is disciplined, consistent, वो बोलते हैं ना जैसी जैसा राजा वैसी प्रजा,
Correct. Exactly.
right? So I got very good raja
Uh,
and I became a good praja from
exactly.
my manager
Exactly.
because I learned many things from because of him, because of his hard work. I became hardworking person.
Correct.
Because of his consistency and discipline, I also followed that.
Exactly.
So that was the accelerating, point in my career where I started, and then I moved to Dubai.
Okay. In which year
Before
you moved to Dubai?
In 2016,
And you became
early
CA
16, in
Became-
2013.
Okay.
Yeah. In 16, I moved to Dubai and then I was working with one of the mid-sized firms in UAE where I also explored, got the exposure of the UAE market. And then I always wanted to start my own practice, CA practice, wherein I could, add value to our clients.
Clients. Correct.
When I came to Dubai, I realized there are a lot of gaps in the
Hmm.
market for our profession
Okay.
in terms of, turnaround time,
Okay.
giving the right information.
Exactly.
Not
Because they
half
were
information, the right information, because half information is dangerous than no information.
correct.
So I had observed the market during that time, and I thought, let's start this because I can fill this gap of turnaround time, getting the right information to the clients, adding value to my clients.
Correct.
That is the most important, with consistency, sustainable value addition.
Correct.
So then I realized, let's start this, practice and add value. You know, how you can be happy. I got the answer, when I started my practice. How somebody can be happy? Very simple and basic question that nobody asks.
Yes.
The answer is very simple. Very, very simple. By making difference in somebody else's life.
Life. Exactly.
Right?
Correct.
That is the next level of dopamine you can get.
Exactly.
Not from social media,
Social, no
reels
from
and all
reels.
those.
Exactly.
This is the best because I have experienced it. When you add value to somebody else's life, no,
Correct.
it could be anything. It could be anything. You have to identify that.
Either
It
professional.
could be why you give tip at the restaurant, because it feels you good.
Exactly.
The person is not happy. You are happy because you are
Exactly.
giving tip.
Ah,
So
exactly.
that makes a lot of difference. And then we added value to our clients. So that was the gap I identified. Then we started this in 2016.
60. Great.
No, sorry, not in 16. I came to Dubai in 16. Then we started my Earningo journey
Yeah.
of the CA practice in 2017 end.
And so you have experience of 9-10 years in practice.
Yes.
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 Exactly. So in which area basically you do the practice here?
In 17 we started.
Start with area of practice. I mean,
So there is a four verticals broadly we have.
okay.
So first is taxation. In
Okay.
taxation, it's an array, and it's an ocean.
Correct.
Wherein you can provide corporate tax. Now there are three taxes in the UAE: corporate tax, VAT, and excise.
Correct.
Now under each tax, there are plethora of activities we can do.
Exactly.
Since we are certified tax agents with VAT and corporate tax,
Exactly.
the doors are open for us, wherein we can appeal for the clients, represent the clients,
In
and bridge the
FTA.
gap in the FTA, and bridge the gap
Okay.
between the competent courts, FTA, and the clients.
Clients. Yes.
Because there is an appeal process that we have to go.
Okay.
So to, again, we'll go back to when I came to Dubai. I got the exposure of the market in the UAE. Then we started the journey of Earningo Accounting and Tax Consultancy LLC, and from there, so I identified the gaps.
Okay.
After identification, I had a huge inclination that this firm will be successful for
Great.
sure. But starting from scratch is not an easy
Easy
task.
task,
There are a
correct.
lot of challenges.
Challenges.
And the best part is we planned in a structured manner
Journey.
how to do the marketing, how to bring the clients on board.
Correct.
But it is not necessary that what you planned would be implemented, and after implementation you will get the results.
Correct.
So first is planning, then implementation, then results.
Correct.
So planning, implementation you can do, results is not in your hand. So that's what it happened.
Exactly.
We did planning, we implemented, started with email campaigning, because we started with scratch. We didn't have any single client.
Oh, initially.
Initially we didn't, but I used to reach office at 7 a.m. in the morning. Because when you don't have anything, you have to identify the jobs. You have to create the opportunity. You don't have any option.
Exactly.
So we did that. And by God grace, initially we got few handful of clients through, word of mouth and through email campaigns, very basic marketing.
Yeah.
And then by word of mouth and references,
Great.
we have now 300 plus clients by God grace. And the only thing is add value to the clients.
Exactly. And if someone, I'm going to say so many people that here are they planning to start their businesses in UAE, or there are so many people outside the UAE as well that here, like from India, I can say that here, the people are so much curious about how the business works in UAE. As we know that here now, generally people trying to move to UAE, that they are under the impression the rate of tax is 0% in UAE that year. So can you tell me about that? Is it true that here only the 0% the rate of tax in UAE?
See, there is a paradigm shift which has already happened in the UAE from tax heaven to the tax country.
Correct.
We all know. So VAT got implemented in 2018 and corporate tax from June 2023. So there is no 0% tax.
Okay.
That is the myth.
Myth.
Yes, there are few reliefs.
Yes.
There are few eligibilities that we can opt for based on the conditional eligibility on the reliefs.
Yes.
If we fulfill those conditions, then yes, you might fall under 0% tax bracket, which is qualifying free zone person, small business relief, and so forth and so on.
So what is it? I mean to say in UAE, as you said, the free zone that year. So is there any different types of areas in UAE we call them free zone and other than free zone like that?
Yeah,
Can you please differentiate it?
yeah, sure. So in UAE, there are roughly, if I'm not wrong, around 45, 48 free zones
Okay.
in the UAE.
What does it mean that free zone mean?
So free zone are the fenced geographical area,
Okay.
either a fenced geographical area or it's a specific free zone which is for the specific business
Okay. Category of business.
category of business.
Okay, perfect.
And the other category is designated zone.
Okay.
So under free zone is one category broad concept.
Okay.
Under free zone there is a designated zone.
Okay.
Now free zone are 45, 48. However, designated zones are roughly 2022, which is being published by the FTA, Government of UAE.
Okay.
Which is a fenced geographical area where control measures
I
are there
think
for import and
like
export.
the Jabal Ali free zone. That.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Jabal Ali, Hamria.
So both of them can get the benefit of the 0% what you're saying. And it is a complete free zone or the category specific category designated free zone you're saying?
Good question. So for free zone, there are qualifying activities which is published by the FTA as
Okay.
per the cabinet decision.
Okay.
There are 14 qualifying activities, right?
Okay.
Only one qualifying activity, which is distribution business activity, will be applicable for designated zones, which is
Okay.
the basically trading business.
Okay.
So if you are doing a trading business, right,
Okay.
and if you are not in designated zone,
Okay.
despite of the fact that you will fulfill the conditions,
Huh?
you will not be eligible for 0%. So for
Oh.
example, if you are in the business of trading of let's say electronic items, right, and you are based in DMCC,
Okay.
okay, which is one of the free zones, which is not a designated zone.
Correct.
It is a free zone, but not designated. So trading business, which is distribution business activity, comes under qualifying activity.
Okay.
But there it is mentioned only for designated zone.
Okay.
So in short, if you are into trading business and you have done the business in DMCC,
Okay.
then you are not eligible. And in the same situation, you would have opened in the Jabal Ali free zone or Hamria free zone.
Okay.
You can opt for 0%.
So it means that here there are around, as you said there, to call it the qualifying income. There are
Yes.
certain activities are there.
Correct.
So if those activity we are conducting
Correct.
Within a free zone that year,
Yes.
so we are eligible to 0%. But there's some specific activity which has to be done in designated free.
Correct, which is distribution business activity.
Only the distribution activity.
Yes. Other than that, you can do business in free zone also.
Okay.
But there are conditions for
Okay.
qualifying free zone person. Not only qualifying income, there are other conditions.
Conditions also that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a conditional relief.
Okay. Now, as you said that the free zone is one category, or other than free zone, I think people call it mainland.
Yes.
Correct. So mainland means it is other than the free zone area. If someone is doing a business in mainland, okay, so are they, can they claim the 0% tax or they have to pay the 9% tax?
There is 9% taxes.
No
There is
concession.
just a threshold. There is a slab for taxable income up to 375,000. There is no corporate tax. So up to 375,000 of taxable income,
Okay.
there is 0% tax.
Okay.
Above that, there is 9% tax. Simple. There are few exempt person, which is like government entities, government controlled entities, extractive business, non-extractive business, natural resources. These categories are exempt.
Okay.
But other than that, every company has to pay the taxes of 9%.
For example, suppose if some business made a profit of 500,000, so on 375, they are not going to pay the tax.
Right.
Correct. And the additional amount that they will be on the 375, in our example, that is 125.
Yeah.
They have to pay 9% 125.
That's right.
Correct that?
Yeah.
But as you said that is this 375 is available for all the people? Because I am seeing that in India that we have a slab rate for different people that here. Okay. Different slab rate for the different type of entities might be happen. So is it for all the entities it is going to be 375 the slab rate here?
For all the entities except for free zone.
Okay.
For qualifying free zone, there is a concept if there is an excluded income.
Okay.
There is a concept of excluded income EI.
Yeah.
There is no threshold 375. It's straight 9%.
Okay, okay. You mean to say that if suppose I am doing a business in free zone and I involve in an activity, they call it excluded activity. So for that excluded activity, I made a profit. So there is no threshold, just I have to pay 9%.
Not excluded activity. There is a excluded activities are different.
Okay.
Which is not considered in the calculation of de minimis requirements.
Okay.
There is a concept, I mean, it's a technical concept.
Okay.
But in simple language, for qualifying free zone person, there are two income. There are three actually.
Okay.
One is qualifying income, second
Correct.
is non-qualifying income, and third is excluded income.
Correct.
Qualifying income and non-qualifying, if non-qualifying is only 5% or less than the total revenue,
Okay.
then de minimis,
Insignificant, we can say.
insignificant, then it will fall under qualifying only.
Okay.
Excluded income, they have given 5 categories of excluded income,
Okay.
which we will not discuss now because it is a technical topic.
But
There are 5 income which is straight 9%. There is no
okay.
threshold.
No threshold. Even though you are in free zone, it is not going to help you there.
No,
Correct?
no, because you have got the 0% already.
Yes.
Unless you have this 5 categories of income,
Mm-hmm.
you have 0% if you
Yeah.
fulfill the
Correct,
conditions.
correct.
So these 5 categories are very specific categories. Very
Correct.
specific.
Correct. But I'm going to say that here is 9% the people is going to pay the tax if they're doing the business in mainland. But does it mean that everyone that I'm just individual person is not liable to pay the tax? Is it correct that for example, if I'm doing a job or you are doing a job, suppose that that employee, are they liable to pay the income tax?
No, no. So there are 3 incomes which are exempt.
Okay.
You can not exempt, it is out of scope. Out
Okay.
of scope income, which is salary and wages.
Okay.
Then
No tax.
there is no tax.
Perfect.
Then there is real estate income,
Like the
which could be
rental
rental
income.
and capital gains.
Okay.
And then there is investment income, which could be from mutual
Dividend.
funds, dividends.
Okay.
All these are uh, out of scope.
Out of scope that.
Yes.
But if I say that they are not going to pay the tax, any individual person, but if that individual involved in a business, are they liable to pay the tax then for natural person?
Yeah.
Yes.
For natural person, there is if they have a license.
Okay.
So natural person, if they are doing business, of course they need a license.
Correct.
They're required to have a license. So in
Correct.
the law, it is mentioned natural person doing business required to have a license.
Okay. Once you have a license, then you have to pay tax.
Yes, but there is some reliefs also for
Okay.
natural person.
Okay.
So which is up to 1 million turnover.
Okay.
There is no applicability of corporate tax. There is no need for registration also.
Okay, great. It means
So if you have a sole establishment,
okay.
having a license, trade license, sole establishment legal type, and
Yes.
your turnover is 1 million, less than 1 million, then there is no need for
You want to take a
registration.
registration.
Yeah.
Okay. So it means initially someone started a business in UAE, natural person
Yeah.
actually, sole establishment, and my turnover, suppose is 900,000 only. No need to even take a
Registration. That's right.
But because I heard that, is it true that once we started a business, I think in a 3 month we have to take the corporate tax registration
Yes,
in UAE.
that deadline is there.
There.
But for this natural person, there is a relief.
Relief. No need to take it.
No
Suppose if the FTA asks a question to him in future that you have not taken a registration that year, so you should have to maintain a record that his turnover does not crosses 900,000.
1 million. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 1
Yeah,
million.
yeah.
Less than 1 million it is that
Right.
only. So is it any period that this 1 million in a per year or some like
Annually
annually that
annual.
year? Correct that year.
Annual, or it could be the first tax period. I mean, it could be annual. It will be annual, but first tax period could be more than 1 year.
Exactly.
Right? So it's a very good takeaway for the audience who are listening. In the corporate tax that we have analyzed, all the thresholds will remain the same. So it could be for SBR 3 million, it could be for audit 50 million, it could be for cash or accrual 3 million.
Correct.
Right? It could be for IFRS 50 million, full IFRS.
Correct.
Based on turnover.
Correct.
Right? There is no need to do the pro rata. I mean
Okay.
to say, this is not annual.
Okay.
So if your first tax period is, let's say, from September 2024 or 5 whatsoever till 31st December 2026,
Correct.
it is 15 months.
Yes, correct.
Right? Now 15 months threshold will remain the same.
Okay. It's not going to proportionately
No
change.
proportionately,
Okay.
except one threshold, which is for interest capping rules, which is minimum harbor for 12 million.
Okay, only there.
Only there proportionately is allowed. In no other threshold it is allowed.
Okay, but in general, I'm going to say someone started a business, like the SME started a business.
Yeah.
And a very small business that they have. So is there any benefit to them? Are they liable to pay the tax that year? I'm not just saying a natural person. Any person that started a company in UAE, initially we know that they have to do so much of investment. Might be they are not so much of client initially. As you started your journey in 2017, that is. So initially it will be difficult for everyone. Then they started a business. So any relief from the government to them?
Yeah, there is a small business relief up to 3 million. So if your turnover is up to 3 million,
okay,
there is no tax. You have to register, you have to submit the return, but you can make an election which is revocable election. So there are two elections. One is revocable, one is irrevocable. SBR, small business relief, is revocable, which means you can opt every year. You can elect every year.
Okay.
But this relief is only available till 2026 as of now.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
this is the only year where you can get this relief. From
Is
2027, there is no such relief
no.
as of now. Maybe they will extend it.
Correct. One question that here, as you said that the turnover is there up if less than 3 million, so they're not going to pay that. Even though their profit is more than 375.
Yes. It doesn't matter.
Okay. It means that here it might be happen if someone is a professional, not in the journey of the manufacturing,
Yeah.
So the profit margin is higher in case of a service industry.
Yes.
Suppose if someone has a turnover of 2.9 million, might be they made a profit of 1.5 million.
Yeah.
So they are not liable to pay
They
the
are
tax.
not liable to. But till 2026.
So it might be happen in future that the government might give certain.
I don't think so. I don't, because they have not yet announced and there is no
Yeah.
public clarification.
So initially, might be they have introduced the corporate tax in year 2023 that year. So maybe they have given certain relief to the.
Initially, yes, 4 years to get this benefit for small micro businesses,
Correct.
turnover of less than 3 million. Yes.
Okay. If I mean to say for the audience, I'm saying that what is the difference when we talk about the VAT and the CT? VAT we pay on I think on sales and purchases that year, and the corporate tax we pay on the profit of the company. Correct.
Taxable income, yes.
Taxable income. Okay.
So one is direct, one is indirect.
Correct.
So that is the major difference. So corporate tax is the direct tax.
Correct.
VAT is indirect, which means you collect from the customer.
Okay.
And then pay to the government.
Government.
Direct tax is on the profits, on the taxable income.
So it means that when I do the accounting in UAE, we follow generally the IFRS. So when we finalize our books of account on the basis of IFRS that day, we prepare our income statement, income expense, profit comes that day.
Yeah.
Is it the same profit that on which we are going to pay the taxes?
No. So books profits, which is the accounting profit,
Okay.
as per the IFRS, is not equal to taxable income. So that is also one of the myths you can say, where
Okay.
business owners think, okay, this is my profit and I'm going to pay taxes, profit minus 375 into 9%.
Okay.
Which is a myth. So taxable income, which is, there is a provisions in the corporate tax law. There are 8 adjustments.
Okay.
So first you have net profit.
Okay.
As per IFRS.
Correct.
Then plus minus 8 adjustments.
Okay.
Then you arrive at taxable income.
Okay.
Now taxable income, you calculate your corporate tax.
Correct.
Again, there is a myth. Corporate tax liability is equal to corporate tax payable, which is a myth.
Okay.
Corporate tax liability, then there are 2 tax reducers.
Okay.
First is withholding tax, which is not applicable as of now.
Yes.
Second is foreign tax credit relief. So you have got taxable income, you have got corporate tax liability, then minus these two, withholding tax credit, which is 0, and foreign tax credit relief. Then you will get CT payable.
That much you have to pay.
Yes.
Can you tell me something about what is FTC, foreign tax credit?
Okay. FTCR is foreign tax credit relief, which is if you are paying any taxes outside the UAE jurisdiction, which is in the nature of corporate tax. Withholding taxes are also part of foreign tax credit relief.
Correct.
So if you have got the services, if you have a customer outside UAE, let's say in Saudi Arabia, technical services or any professional services, there is a withholding tax.
Correct.
Unless you provide the tax residency certificate.
Correct.
If you have not provided tax residency certificate, then they will deduct the withholding tax and pay you the net amount.
It's like a TDS.
It's like a TDS, exactly. It's like a TDS. You can call it TDS or withholding tax, but the name in India it's TDS.
Okay.
But outside India it is withholding tax.
Okay.
So the tax that you have paid in Saudi,
yes,
that you can get the relief here in the UAE.
Okay.
You can get the benefit. There is a calculation of it. You will not get 100%, up to 9% effective tax rate.
Okay.
You can get. There is a calculation of it. Lower of the taxes that you have actually paid. Or effective tax rate which you would have paid in the UAE.
Okay. Obviously, will not
whichever is lower. Now, there is again one myth.
Yes.
This foreign tax credit relief, let's say your foreign tax credit relief is more than the CT liability.
How they will?
Now the difference you will not get the refund. It will be wasted.
And I think most probably it might be more than because in UAE it is 9%.
Yeah.
And I think if you compare to the other part of the world, the rate of tax is higher than the 9%. So might be the withholding tax when they're deducting might be more than 9%.
No. I mean, yeah, you will get up to 9% only. But I'm saying, let's say your corporate tax liability is, let's say, 1 million.
Okay.
and withholding tax that you have paid is, as per the calculation,
Yeah.
you have arrived at 1.2 million.
You will not get the 0.2 million
So
refund.
yes, 200,000 will be wasted. You cannot get the refund
Okay.
because that's for withholding tax. It's not a UAE government will give the refund.
So why they will give the refund if someone else deducted?
Yeah,
Correct,
so that will be wasted. That is also a myth. Many companies think that no, we have paid, we will get 100% FTCR.
Correct.
If not, we will get the refund.
Correct. Can you please tell me that what is the most common mistake that people do that year that switch it to them from 0 to 9% that year?
So you are asking about the qualifying free zone person mainly, which is 0 to 9. That is one of the most important concept wherein they might lose the qualifying free zone person status, which
Okay.
is because there are conditions,
Correct.
right? So if they are not fulfilling the conditions,
Yeah.
then they will lose it, despite of the fact they have qualifying income. But
Okay.
substance is the most important.
Okay. There are other
Adequate substance, yes. In UAE, your legal status sometimes doesn't match with your operations, which is, you do not have substance.
Correct.
You are doing 100 million or 200 million turnover business, but you do not have office in the
Oh.
UAE. You do not have employees. You do not have fixed assets. You do not have operation cost, which means you do not have substance.
Okay.
So to get the qualifying free zone person status, one of the condition is adequate substance, which many companies, as per our experience, they are not very concerned right now.
Okay.
But when the FTA audit will start, this is the most important
They should have
condition
substance.
because this is very subjective. It cannot be measured.
Correct.
And substance
Depend on client to client.
depend on the nature of
Your
the business
business.
complexity and what are the assets they need. So substance can lead this qualifying free zone person to non-qualifying free zone person, and ultimately they will end up paying 9%. Other thing is what we have seen, other income.
Yes.
So qualifying income, they are doing distribution business activity, right?
Correct.
But all of a sudden they have sold one, let's say, building,
Correct.
or they have sold machinery, plant and machinery. Now, when they sold, they have got the gain on this, sale of fixed assets.
Correct.
Now, this sale of fixed assets will be non-qualifying.
Correct.
And we discussed non-qualifying could be only 5%,
Correct.
not more than that.
So
if it is more than 5%, because of this transaction, they will lose the status.
oh.
So they have to either stop selling. I mean, first of all, we should know what is the law, what are the conditions. Because one mistake can lead to the change in the status from 0 to 9.
So they have to be very careful that yes.
They have to diligent plan, structure the taxes.
I'm going to say if you say that if they move from 0 to 9%, so it is 9% for the whole income. I'm going to say it's not stuck to that particular property what we are talking about that here.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
The major issue, because initially, yes, what you said for the whole income. Initially, when we read the law, we also on the notion that no, why it is on the entire income.
Oh, exactly.
If you have non-qualifying more than 5%, then put the tax on the non-qualifying.
Yes.
Rest should be 0%, but no. In the law, it is specific because see, this is the whole objective. No, this is this is the whole objective of qualifying income, non-qualifying income. Because if you are more than 5, then you will lose this.
Lose the status, then you have to pay the taxes on.
Absolutely. So this is one of the biggest concern for the businesses that because many times we have experienced it. We have got inquiries that we are paying this taxes. We are based in the free zone, but why we are paying, our consultant have calculated this tax. So then we have to go into the rabbit hole and understand and analyze these conditions.
Correct.
Because one mistake can lead to hefty tax implication.
Tax implication is that.
The other thing is, since you have asked, I will tell you, which is transfer of losses from one company to another company. This is one of the beautiful concepts.
What does it mean that here?
Beautiful concepts of corporate tax law. So you have two companies.
Correct.
Zubair has two companies. Company A, Company B.
Correct.
You are the owner of both the companies.
Correct.
Okay, 100%.
Okay.
Now let's say one of your companies consultancy company, Company A.
Correct.
One of your company is let's say you are into a trading business.
Correct.
Which is Company B.
Correct.
Now trading business is in losses.
Okay.
And your consultancy business is in profit.
Correct.
Now, both the companies fall under qualifying group as per the tax law, which is more than 75% of the common shareholding.
Correct.
There is a condition for qualifying group. So if you have a qualifying group, then one company which is in loss can transfer their losses to the consultancy business.
Oh, really? That, but because I'm going to say that they are two different entities that year, but they have different corporate tax registration number. Still,
Everything is different,
okay.
but this is not a tax group. I'm not talking about tax group.
Yeah, I
Tax
understand.
group is different. Tax
Yeah,
group is 95% and more
yeah, yeah.
holding subsidiary
Correct,
relationship.
correct, correct.
This is a beautiful concept. Why I'm saying, because you can utilize this for tax planning, and we have done for our clients.
Can
And
you
we
give
have
us some, what are the conditions for this? I'm going to say.
so conditions are very simple conditions. So both the first of all 75% over. This is the main condition.
Okay.
The other condition is after doing this adjustment, the ownership should remain the same. It is not like you have done just for this purpose.
Okay.
So ownership
Should
up
be
to
the
2 years, I think there is a threshold for 2 years. It should be the same
same,
ownership, and the nature of business
should
should be the same also. This is also one of the conditions for both the
for
businesses.
example, one is restaurant, the other one should also be restaurant.
Yeah. No. Both the companies are different.
Yeah. Nature of business means it should not be
For the same company,
okay,
I'm
okay.
saying.
Okay. For the same company, they should not change the nature of business.
Yes. But the major condition is 75% or more if somebody is running the show.
Correct. Can you please tell me what are the mistakes that can lead to penalties? That is there heavy penalties for some violation of the CT, the law here?
See, UAE is about non-tolerance,
Exactly.
about violation of the laws,
Correct.
be it traffic fines, be it any
Yeah.
agreemental issues or Dubai court law issue.
Yeah.
So there are penalties, hefty penalties are there for VAT and corporate tax both.
Okay.
Hefty penalties, and this is why we always guide our clients.
Okay.
You have to ensure few things. You have to keep a checklist.
Correct.
See, for any businesses, there should be checklist for compliance department.
Okay.
So in checklist, they have to take, okay, for example, alignment of financial statements with your FTA records.
Correct.
That is a basic,
Correct.
which also we observe, we get a lot of inquiries that our books are not reconciling with the FTA records.
Okay.
It's one of the basic, because FTA, when they do audit, they ask for financial statement.
Exactly.
If there is no alignment between the FTA records in VAT or corporate tax,
Correct.
then they will ask. Of course, VAT profit or sales, sorry, not profit, sales would not match with the books because of date of supply rules. That is okay. But you have the reconciliation process.
Correct.
Right?
So I mean to say, do they have a different portal for the VAT and the CT, or the same portal that they have all?
Same portal. It's one portal.
So they
for
don't have
one
it like in India, we have GST, the income tax different. No, it's the same portal that they have. They have all the records of
Yeah.
the VAT, the corporate tax, everything that.
Excise also one portal.
Excise is also the one portal that they have. The violation of that will lead to the penalties.
Yeah.
Correct that.
So yeah, I mean there is not one issue which I can highlight. There are a lot of issues where companies are making errors and they are prone to liabilities on penalties.
Correct. Now, can you tell me the red flags that your company have done, and it shows that it may trigger the scrutiny from the FTA that year?
Yeah. It's a good question you have asked. So first, as I mentioned, the alignment between the financial records and FTA.
Correct.
If that is not there, then because we attach the audit report.
Correct.
In the corporate tax return. So if they have the system in place, if that is not matching, that is the first trigger. That okay, let's start the audit. Right? That is a red flag. The other could be like you gave an example of consultancy business where profits are high.
Correct.
So let's say consultancy business is doing a revenue of 20 million. Okay. And hypothetical case, and they have a profit of less than 375.
Correct.
It will trigger for sure.
For sure.
See, in the system of FTA, what I have heard, they have artificial intelligence so strong that the system will pop up based on few inputs that they have given. That okay, this industry wise they have this turnover, net profit, gross profit ratio.
Correct.
So there is a trigger.
Okay.
Other could be payment to connected persons,
related party
transactions. There is benchmarking.
Okay.
And payment to connected person is important because in the CT return, if the payment to connected person is more than 500,000 dirhams,
Correct.
each connected person, then we have to disclose. There is a disclosure form.
Correct.
Right? And let's say the company, because we have experienced it practically, let's say the company is having turnover of 5 million and the owners are withdrawing 3 million.
Correct. Okay.
Which doesn't make sense, right? Unless and until there is a specific benchmarking.
Okay.
and functional analysis being performed, and which can be proven that it is as per the arm's length principle market price.
So can the
And
owner?
historical background should be there,
Okay.
because we have not practically experienced, but we have heard in the market that FT has already started the audit. And the first question they are asking is, show us the historical salary to the connected person from last 5 years.
It might be when the people after the introduction of CT, they will start making these to the connected person the salary, huge salary, so their profit goes down, less amount of tax.
Which is absolutely incorrect, because if you have not withdrawn the salary from 2020, 2021, and all of a sudden
After the CT,
after CT, so that shows that this is just avoidance of tax. This is just an avoidance of
So
tax.
isn't it slap for the owner to withdraw the salary from the business?
There is no slab up 500,000 plus. There is a disclosure form.
Okay.
There is no slab given. I don't know about India or other countries.
Okay.
Maybe in India, I have heard there is some percentage
Yes.
to listed companies,
Yes.
management, board of directors, I think. But here that is the debatable topic.
That's why
And
it
it's
is
very
very
subjective.
because it's depend. I'm going to say how to define that here, because if someone said this, I used to take this much of salary that year. So if they might be it happen in future, they will come with some percentage on the revenue or some profit. But today, as such, there is no rule that is the
There-
maximum that they can withdraw here.
There is no rule, just the one rule. It should be at market price. Now, what is market price? We have to define through TP analysis, transfer pricing. That is the only solution.
Solution that year.
It could be TNMM method, and plus we have to substantiate with the HR, with the scope of work, whether the owners who is withdrawing 1 million, let's say annually, whether he is capable enough, whether he is bringing the business, whether he is full time, operational in the business
or not.
So all these things need to be documented.
Okay.
What is the, how many clients he is bringing? What is the
Correct.
experience?
Correct.
Take those documents, take the quotation, not quotation, take the analysis from the HR consultancy.
Correct.
Okay, of this designation, this much experience, this is the scope for the JD. What would be the
Market
salary structure for
for
the
these type person.
Yes, plus TP. So
TP.
these all will be documented.
We have to be documented because it might as the CT came in UAE in 2023.
Yeah.
So it might be people started to file their first return. Okay.
Yeah.
So it might be up in near future they will start getting notices from
Yes,
the FT.
yes.
It is going to happen.
That's why they have given 500,000.
And
So this is one of the trigger points. As you asked now, what are the trigger points?
Yeah.
This is also one of the trigger points.
point that yeah.
Because you cannot withdraw the salary in just after introduction of the corporate tax. This is unethical.
Okay, but when you notice that here from the FT that as you said you are the license holder of the FT tax agent that here, so only you can represent your client in FT that here. Other don't have the authority to do that here. As you have the license.
So for appeal process, there are four methods actually, hierarchy.
Yes.
So first is the review.
Okay.
If you have got the assessment, you can simply ask the FTA, please review again. I'm not like in CA exams, we ask for rechecking.
Okay.
Same like this.
Okay.
Then the second is reconsideration.
Correct.
And reconsideration, assessment, and the third is TDRC. This can be done by even clients.
Okay.
There is no need for tax agent specifically. There is an option.
Okay.
There is an option to avail the services of taxation, because when we fill the form for TDRC, it states whether you are tax agent
or
individual, the director or whatever the authorized signatory of the company.
Yes.
And the fourth one is competent courts. For competent courts, tax agents is mandatory.
It means for the higher
for the the last stage.
That you it means a tax agent is a person who has a specialization in a taxation matter.
Yes.
Okay. So there are two type of is a tax agent that for the VAT and CT.
Correct.
Two
So for
tax
VAT
agent exam.
different, tax agent difference, and examination, then you have to do a lot of formalities, then you have to apply to the FTA, and then finally FTA approves that application.
Great.
And then
I came to know that you have done for the CT, and I think your wife is also in the same profession.
That's right.
Great. So you're both of running a firm in the UAE.
That's right. She is a very pillar support for Earningo.
Great. So you are taking one segment, she is going to take care of some other segment that year. And
Yeah, so I'm a CEO and she's the CEO. This is how we segregate this. Yeah.
Great that year. Now, can you please guide us that here, because it happens, it's very normal that here when we do a business that here, initially we struggle that here to, we started from the scratch as in your journey as well that here. We reach up to a point that here, but if you want to go to the next level, for example, you make a 250, 300 clients that here, but suppose if you want to go to the next stage, how to go beyond that here?
Okay, interesting question. Very interesting. So I believe every business,
Mhm.
there are three core things without which you cannot scale up.
Correct.
First is marketing,
Correct.
which will give you visibility.
Yes.
So two things are very important: visibility and credibility in the business. Visibility through marketing, credibility through adding value to your clients.
Correct.
You will get the credibility plus technology. So
Okay.
in nutshell, there are three things.
Correct.
First is marketing,
Correct.
then technology, and then value addition. Of course, then we have three P's: plan, policies, and procedures. That is the processes should be so strong
Yes.
in the automation mode that you are working on the business, not in the business.
Yes.
Right? That is the
Correct.
core difference.
Correct.
Because see, we all are technicians. If you see,
Correct.
we chartered accountants.
Correct.
We can call it as a technicians. For example, we know how to make a balance sheet,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
But the problem comes, what is the biggest problem for including me, chartered accountant? We think that we can prepare the best balance sheet or whatever we are doing in whichever domain we are in
Yes.
the CA. We don't know how to delegate that task. As an entrepreneur,
Yes.
we have to learn to delegate.
Correct.
Stop doing tasks. Entrepreneur, when you are in office, if you are an entrepreneur, if your job is not getting finished in
Correct.
2 hours when you
Correct.
reach office,
Correct.
then you are something is missing in your business.
Oh.
Only 2 hours you are done.
Correct.
Then what next?
Correct. Exactly.
Thinking, meeting the right people,
Correct.
thinking for vision,
Correct.
right avenues,
Correct.
and then regional growth.
Correct.
Think about different countries. Which
To
country you can
expand your
open to
business.
expand your business.
Correct.
The problem is we are engaged in the business so much in reviews, in
Correct.
making balance
Involving
sheets,
so much in every task that here, that is
yes,
consuming so much of time, and we cannot focus on the
we have to
other.
focus on 80% of the things which will give us 10x of growth rather than focusing 80% on the things which will give you no growth.
Exactly.
So to scale up, which is a very common challenge in this industry,
Yes.
because when you reach up to that, as you rightly mentioned, when you reach up to that one level, no, to scale up from there, because you have done your best, you have set up the processes.
Correct.
What next?
What
So
next?
technology, think about different avenues, meet the right people.
People. Yeah.
You will get,
Networking is important.
yes. So there are a lot, we have to identify. We have to identify that to
Correct.
scale up. But the most important is delegation. Come out of the comfort zone.
Correct.
That will give us an edge to expand our business and scale up.
Exactly. So networking, let's say, that is very important nowadays that here to have a connection that here we come to know that here what is the right approach that here to expand in that particular area. So when we have a proper networking, we socialize, then we can keep the chances of growing much more.
Right.
I think, correct.
Right.
And what you recommend someone, we talk about to go to the next level that day, but someone who started their business as an entrepreneur, what recommendation you want to give to the new entrepreneurs?
When you start the journey, first of all, plan. Planning.
Yes.
Planning, make a checklist.
Correct.
What all things you need to do. For example, as we discussed, three things: how you will do marketing
Correct.
for the visibility, how you will add value to your clients.
Okay.
How? The question is how. Then what technology you will use so that the client life will become easy.
Correct.
In technology, for example, in our profession, how we can customize the reports, our MIS report, to the clients in a technology to use such tools which will give us so elaborated report,
Yes.
practical report, which will
help them to
grow. So our figures, the critical numbers we call KPIs, we will give to the client, which will be extracted from the technology innovation.
Correct.
And how they will use those numbers to take the right decision at the right time.
Correct.
To increase the profitability and seed growth in the business.
Okay. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So innovation.
It means that here, if I am understanding correctly, that here always those new entrepreneurs have to think how you're adding the value to your client that here, and how you're making their life easy in terms of the professional, the whatever services you're providing to them. Yeah.
Correct.
And I think it will also help them to your client to take a proper decision as well, like for the
Correct.
business growth.
So these are few things, and then of course you have to see the gap in your industry. What are the gaps?
Okay.
How you can fill those gaps. The new entrepreneurs, you have to always think about your business. This is, see, entrepreneurship, I always say, is a 24 hours job.
Correct.
Even if you are not in office, your mind works there.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Even on Sunday, sometimes you think what would be the next week, because you have the full plan, you have the vision board. Make a vision board for the new entrepreneurs.
Correct. Correct.
Full, just follow that vision board. Then you have yearly vision board budgets. Then break it into monthly, break it into weekly, break it into daily.
Like that.
Make daily task list.
Correct. So it will be easy for them to plan their things.
There are a lot of things. Stop procrastination, which is the major hurdle for the success.
Today, because of the social media, I think.
Stop procrastination. Stop watching reels. Generate networking. So there are two things. Stop could be watching reels. Procrastination. Generate. What generate? Generate, you have to generate your network.
Correct.
Generate your technology systems. Generate the processes in the business.
Businesses that, yeah. So that is going to help them to grow in their business that is.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chirag, for coming to this podcast and give so value addition and so knowledgeable information for it. It will help to the audience as well. That, yeah. Once again, thanks.
Thank you so much, Zubair. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful. I also enjoyed, having a very quality conversation with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this wonderful podcast that here. If you like this podcast, share with your friend that they can also get the benefit of all this information that we have shared with us, Mr. Chirag Agarwal, that here now. And to watch the similar type of podcast in future, subscribe to our YouTube channel because so much interesting podcast is going to come in future as well. Thank you so much.